When you start dating a woman that has a child or has children, indirectly, those children are not yours. You have school fees to pay. You have to feed them.
You want to partake in another man's responsibility.
So for a man to date a single mother, for me, it's like taking a dangerous risk. One, digging beneath his feet.
Men avoid dating single mothers. Well, I don't think that should be generalized, because there are a lot of men I know who are dating and are married to single mothers.
A lot of men, they always fear single mothers. You know why? Because some single mothers go just dey like this. Now that time they go, when man just told them today, tomorrow their pikin wan pay school fees. Their pikin wan, na that time their pikin dey get headache. Na that time they wan do this one, they wan do that one.
I am a father, but I would say I'm not really legally married, although I'm still with the woman. But the fact is, as I am now, personally, if I am to remarry, if I want to marry, if I don't want to marry that woman, I want to marry again, I think I would prefer a single mother for a lot of reasons. I don't know about other people, but for me, I would prefer a single mother than going for a single lady.
I just feel it's the mentality that was put into some people, because of the responsibility of not wanting to be responsible for another person's child and all that. But if you are man enough, that shouldn't be a problem to you. I feel like it should just be a thing that should happen. It doesn't matter if the woman is single or not. If you like her, why not? Moreover, if you are dating a single lady, there's the possibility she has even more responsibility than the single mother. So yeah, except the idea that people think like if the single father is still in the life of the mother and the child, he may want to come and just mess things up. But I believe things can be defined from the onset, and people are mature enough to want to practicalize what they feel like is right. So yeah, that's what I think.
Nigerian men are not going to date single mothers because they believe the kids or the child's responsibility will be on them, right? And as a woman, if you're not independent, and you shouldn't expect any man to come close to you, because right now man doesn't want any woman that is not doing anything. So as a single mother, you have to be hardworking enough to convince any man that is coming into your life that you're not going to be a burden to him, or you're not going to be a liability on his neck.
I have no idea why Nigerian men avoid dating single mothers. But if I would look at it, I would say that the major problem with Nigerian men would be insecurity, right? Because majority of men out there are insecure. First of all, in Nigeria, the fact that you were born with a penis, life has scored you 5-0. Then you are now born in Nigeria, it's another 5-0, making 10-0 in all. So if the man will now actually succeed, he has to decide whether he wants to continue this 10-0 or he wants to beat life back.
Why do Nigerian men avoid dating single mothers? I think it's because of responsibilities. They don't want to claim responsibilities that is not theirs. Okay, a single mother, is it a single mother that has a child? A single mother. You dating a single mother. When you start dating a woman that has a child or has children, indirectly, those children are not yours. You have school fees to pay. You have to feed them. And you know what feeding is in this our time. I think that's one of the reasons why men don't date single ladies.
To answer the question, I think a lot of men run away from single mothers because of the responsibility. Because to them, it's going to be much liability taking care of that child or whichever child that is involved, whether a child or children, and the woman as well. All they are based on the African mentality, or should I say Nigerian mentality, of how we tend to take care of families. Families in marriages. The man has the sole duty of providing everything. So when when a young man is going for a single mother, it's assumed or presumed that he's going to take up all her issues. That is the word, issues. Yeah, all her responsibilities, and that brings down the morale of any single man who is wishing or interested in having a single mother for a wife, because they don't want that liability on them.
Single mother fit ask man, please maybe after a long time, maybe after the relationship have moved on, but if the relationship did not move on, maybe the man meets you today, the man outside asking, oh yeah now, the lady started asking the man, oga see, my son wants to do this, my son. Before the man come, you know they do the thing for your son. Before the man come, you know they do the thing for yourself. Me too, I'm a single mother, and I don't always ask my sugar daddy for money like that for my children, because any money I make for my sugar daddy, I made it for my kids. I'm not supposed to depend on him that my son wants to pay school fees, so yeah, give me the money. I don't want to do this one. I think that's my own opinion.
I mean, the problem of Nigerian men dating independent women, I said independent, dating single mothers, is the stigma that has been placed on single mothers. I don't think there's a problem with being a single mother, other than the fact that a single mother will put her child first. Her maternal instincts has been activated. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman's maternal instincts being activated. But it's just that she has to be able to balance between being a mother and her romantic side. So, men having a problem with single mothers, I would say, is basically insecurity. Because no be single mother commit crime. She didn't plan out to be a single mother, but life has happened to her. She's a single mother.
So as a single mother, any single mother out there, because I've once been a single mother for like 5 years before I got married again, so I know how it feels like. So as a single mother, you have to be agile, you have to hustle by yourself, even if it's not because of you, but because of the child, because of the child's future. To avoid your child to steal, to do things that other children that has father and mother does not do. So for as a single mother, you have to work hard enough for your child to be proud of you in the future for being a single mother.
From a distant view, I have not had practical experience. I think they avoid being catered for somebody who is not their blood. I think that's one of the reasons. And at the same time, it's like taking a risk.
Who want to partake in another man's responsibility. So it is responsibility. I repeat again, responsibility.
Responsibilities. Sometimes the men will want to ask a question. What happened to the man that married her first? Why did she leave her marriage? Why is she alone? Those things can scare a man from dating a single lady. Responsibilities. They don't want to inherit responsibility that is not theirs. They want to have a woman who hasn't given birth so that they can have children together, and they will know this is, what a man is doing for his child. He will know this is mine. Not somebody else's own, that tomorrow the glory will go to somebody else. That is what they feel. The glory will go to maybe the father of the child. So that's why sometimes they don't want to do anything with a single woman.
Every man wants to run for responsibility. Example, if you begin to date a single mother, what do you think? The responsibility of that child will definitely come on to that man that is dating, the person dating the single mother. It's all responsibility. So every man wants to avoid anything called responsibility.
When somebody is a single mother, you will agree with me that she's not the one who impregnated herself before she gave birth to that boy or girl. Therefore, there must be a man somewhere watching what is happening. So for a man to date a single mother, for me, it's like taking a dangerous risk. One, digging beneath his feet. Because at the end of the day, it might be, or the man who impregnated that woman before she gave birth might be thinking that it's the same man who lured her out of the relationship, the original relationship. So for me, that is one of the reasons why Nigerian men avoid dating single mothers, because sometime that child have a father.